In the frozen Arctic of the Soviet Union, a team of scientists began drilling the deepest hole in human history. They were prepared for geological wonders, but they were completely unprepared for what they would eventually hear. A sound captured on sensitive equipment echoed up from miles beneath the earth. It wasn't the groan of rock or the shift of tectonic plates. It was what sounded like human voices, screaming. This is the story of the Kola Superdeep Borehole, and today science may have tried to drill straight into hell. At the height of the Cold War, while America raced to the moon, the Soviets set their sights on a different, and perhaps more terrifying, frontier, the very center of the Earth. Their weapon was a colossal drilling rig stationed on the remote Kola Peninsula. Led by Dr. David Guberman, this was a mission of pure ambition, to pierce the Earth's crust and peer directly into the unknown. For years, the drill ground relentlessly downward, shattering record after record. It was a stunning triumph of engineering, unearthing geological secrets that literally rewrote the textbooks. But the deeper they went, the stranger things became. The temperatures were far hotter than anyone had predicted. The rock itself began to behave in bizarre, unpredictable ways. They were entering uncharted territory, and the Earth was about to answer back. Then, at a staggering depth, the drill bit itself began to behave erratically. The vibrations shifted from a steady, mechanical grind into something else, something rhythmic, something almost like a pulsation. Baffled, the scientists made a decision. They would lower acoustic sensors directly into the abyss to listen to the Earth's own heartbeat, and what they heard would shatter their rational, scientific world. At first, it was just the immense, low-frequency groan of the planet, a sound of pure pressure and ancient age. But then, cutting through the static and the rumble, another sound emerged. Faint at first, but then growing clearer. It was a chorus, not of one, but of many. Voices. They were distorted, wailing, and filled with an agony that was unmistakably, terrifyingly alive. They were listening to screams, echoing up from a place that should have contained nothing but barren, silent rock. Inside the control room, a paralyzing dread set in. These were men of science, of atheistic communism, and they were hearing what could only be described as the tormented cries of the damned. The rumor spread through the isolated camp like a virus. They had drilled straight through the gates of hell itself. The official Soviet response was swift denial. They called it capitalist propaganda. Nothing but a hoax. The sounds were officially explained away as resonating equipment or the shifting of rock formations. But for the men who were actually there, for the men who heard those screams with their own ears, no state-sanctioned explanation was ever enough. The mystery poisoned the entire project. Their ambition was gone, replaced by a deep, unshakable fear. The borehole was no longer a symbol of triumph. It had become a gateway to a nightmare. Soon after, the project was abruptly shut down. Officially, it was due to a lack of funding and impossible temperatures. But the legend of the well to hell had already escaped into the world. Today, the Kola borehole is sealed, just a rusting cap on a frozen wasteland. The official recordings have been lost. The truth is buried under miles of rock and layers of state secrets. So, what did they really hear? Was it a geological phenomenon that science simply cannot yet explain? A collective hallucination, born from extreme isolation and pressure? Or did a group of the world's top scientists, in their relentless quest for knowledge, inadvertently open a door to something ancient, something primal, and record the one sound we were never, ever meant to hear? The hole is closed, but the question remains, forever echoing in the silence.